See that too. Mm. That I unplugged. Only, yes. Let's talk our pets. Even our ones that have passed on. In fact, my cat loves me. When I went to sleep and woke up, I was wondering why I have on my nose. You could see it. It's where my cat licked my nose so hard that, yes, please like. Look, he licked me. Yeah, I love you too. He's right here. Just being such a sweetheart. He's waiting for this. My cat knocked a bunch of stuff down where he usually. You gotta quit that, Mr. Kitty. Oh, you getting all excited? He does. He gets all excited. All right. I'm watching comedy. Okay, all right. I had a fish when I was a kid. Goldfish, piranha. Oh, and no lurkers. It's been really good. No lurkers at all. Actually, I heard a rumor that my biggest, I'm not going to name the person, the biggest lurker had literally took me, she quit following me on all my platforms and including this one. And that's why I'm a lot more subscribers, because of the fact this person had so many fake lurkers and stuff. It wasn't funny. It looked like subscribers, but they were actually her. So I need a lot more people. I need a lot more people to become my subscribers, you know. So I'm like, yeah, she was something else. But yeah, she finally gave up on me. She finally moved on. That's what as a person, you know, yeah. Oh, she didn't. No, but right now I don't know what's going on. But yeah, she recently just like quit following me and everything. Yeah. You can't do nothing. I've already talked to them. And yeah. Oh, yeah, she does. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was really weird. I've never been in a situation where I have known someone and said, I'm not interested in you as a female lover. I just want you as a coworker because she really had a lot of things going on in her. I'm not attracted to women, but a lot of times women have been attracted to me, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I just don't float that well. No, yeah, she she got mad because I wasn't interested in her, and she didn't understand. In her mind, she didn't understand. How can I say this? She used sex as a way to find out if you were going to be her true friend, and I'm like, wow. Um, I'm not that much into. I really, if my boyfriend asked me for a twosome with another woman to spice her thing up, I would say, could we just use a fake man, a blow up woman? I'm not into women. I I just, yeah. Yeah. I'm not made that way. I can't explain it. There's been some women who I have talked to. I have had women tell me their most intimate things when I've worked with them or I've gone. My dad used to go to black tie affairs because he worked for Daimler. Well, when it was Daimler and when it was Chrysler. And my dad would, hey, Steph, you doing anything? And I go, why? He goes, well, we have a table of four and we need to fill it up. And he would have his wife, and I would either take my baby daddy or myself and my kid, my son at the time. And he was a little kid. We'd go, oh, we're going out to eat. I'd tell him, and it would be, something to do with, you know, but let's talk about pets. My favorite pet was Abba Zaba, and I had Boondocker, or Boone is what I called him. He was a brown dog who liked to run after cars, and he died right in front of me. A car didn't just hit him; he was running after it. Instead of he just loved to chase cars. Oh, it was so sad. It really was. And I had to give away Abba Zaba because of the fact that I was moving from California to Michigan. Nails. My dad dated a woman. Her daughter had a bird, uh, um, a couple birds, and my brother played with them till one of them died of a heart attack. My brother had a hamster. Um, Actually, many hamsters. Oh, this is the funny part. My dad loved his not my dad. My brother loved the hamsters so much he'd walk around and he'd be like, my dad would say he was sucking their farts. He goes, Devin, you better go suck your hamsters' farts. Their eyes are bulging. I've had lizards. I'd keep them for about a couple days and then let them go because I lived in California. And then I also lived in Michigan. I've had frogs for pets for a short time, and then I'd let them go. And lightning bugs, I showed my kids how to catch. That's the only thing I miss about in Michigan. This is the best time. July and August is the time where you want to get your lightning bugs. Oh, I miss that. I had a great street. on Antoine Street in Wyandotte. It was a quiet street. This is my pet. Oh, I love him. That's his spot here. He's trying to take over my whole thing. I don't know. You only have one spot. That's it. I gave that to you. So I am drinking. I found a way around the coffee thing. It's kind of spendy, but I got Java coffee and it's really good. It's with the protein. It is nicer weather in California. Every April, I remember, oh my God, I used to remember the weather being in April raining and my birthday's being rained out. I was like, no, I hate April. Oh, I'd be so mad. And my grandma would go, but they bring such beautiful flowers. They make the, grass green and stuff. And I was like, I remember being in my galoshes and my umbrella walking to the bus stop all pissed off. I had never been to Malibu Beach. I've been to San Clemente Beach. I've been to Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach, if you go on certain places, you can't open the car door to the driver's side. You have to go out the passenger side. Because when I was a kid, they had it that way. I was like, that's odd, Daddy. Well, there's so many cars driving. Mm, I'm just getting up. Yeah, you're so handsome. Yes, you are. You're Mr. Handsome. I'll do, there we go. Let's get you going. Oh, he loves this. Yeah, he loves the exercise. It really helps when I play with him because then he is actually just more relaxed. The unfortunate part is my nose is, I had to wear makeup when I went out. When I go to work, I don't really care, but look at that. He licked my nose. He's like, I like you. My daughter got me on. If this kind of reminds me of one of the cats I've had, they were really big. Now, PetsὨ is gray, but my cat Garfield was orange. I had an orange cat who was really fat. And my baby's daddy used to use it as a pillow. And Garfield loved it. Fluff him up. And suddenly he would start purring. He loved you. Hey, you're using me as a pillow. Oh, I love you. Oh, and you get all happy. I like them both. I've had always big dogs. In fact, I had to give up my dog Kelly because I couldn't afford to feed her during the divorce. I was going through financial difficulties in that, and I thought to myself, well, I love you, Callie. And when Callie's daddy wasn't treating her well and her nails were getting really bad, I took Callie on a ride not far from here to get her nails cut. I mean, he did pay me back, but you know, I still, feel for my animal, even though it's not mine no more. So yeah, I do prefer both. My cat actually gets along with Callie, and yeah, I gave it up to my ex because he uses the dog as a emotional dog. Where you have it as, yeah. So I gave it up for adoption in a sense, yes, because I couldn't. I couldn't afford $150. It costs about, I'm guessing, because if it would have been 50 or 60 bucks, I would have kept her and thought. But my ex says he uses my dog as an emotional pet. So I said, okay, well, fine and dandy. I guess I will go. And, I had my cat at the time. Yeah, life is expensive. It is. It sucks sometimes. Um, so let me turn this. Weekend. Did everyone have a good weekend? I lost my thing of weed, so now I gotta look for it. Cat's like, I like when you smoke weed. I said, here. All right, I'm not a play toy. See, he's sitting right here. That's his spot. Yeah, when you're dealing with stalking and it's online, it's a pain in the ass. We'll talk about that on another thing. But I'm just glad that she's moved on, and I'm just not. I'm not made that way. Maybe I had a different life and it didn't work out. So anyway, lurker, hello. Please, smash that like button. You come over here and talk. There's my pet. We're talking about pets. What about your pet? Yeah. My son has well, I joke with him. I'm a grandmother to he has me babysit his iguana. He's for I babysit an iguana. I don't know what he named it. We have a rooster called George. My kids named it George. I call it son of a bitch. But my kids named my rooster George. So I go outside. I know he's got his food, and he's got, water. So he's walking around. He'll meet me by the car when he feels that I need to be walked. I'm serious. I got an attack rooster who walks me to my door. I had chickens. I had 8 chickens this summer by my next door neighbors who are fucking assholes. They also knocked down my my roommate's sign that stated that they were what activities they were doing. Oh goodness. So he's been really pissed off. Oh. Yeah, he's been uh it's just no one it's just pissed him off. So yeah. Yeah, so they pretty well their dogs killed 8 of my chickens. All right. See, he'll come up here and he'll pick this out. He will. I got a smart cat. And I tell people when you open the door, please have it only a crack, because he'll slowly take his paw and move it while you're talking. And you got to catch him. There's no sandbox out there. And I'm not going to keep like 5 sandboxes all over. There's other reasons why. It's just easier. I don't want him to get out and get hurt and become. I live in an area where it's not safe for your cat to leave, because your cat might end up in a meal. Look at that. No tigers. I thought we were supposed to have exotic animals out here. That's the reason why a lot of people move here, so they can have their exotic animals. You know, you know, that's what I was told. Hey, you can have exotic animals. I'm like, I don't think so. And no, I'm not going to get something that looks at me like a big steak. My cat's sitting there. Look, he's sitting there waiting. Watch, watch. He's in his pounce mode. He knows he's in his pounce. Look. Oh, oh. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is the only tiger I would like to own. Right now, I'm happy with him, but if I find another, that'd be great. I loved having Bombay. I'm going to ask his friend when he gets, see if he gets bored of him, because I loved that cat. That cat was great. He was a good snuggler. Thanks for the thumbs up. No, oh my God, I haven't heard of that. Now there is a place called Comstock. It's a place where people live. They have some of them are prefab homes, but they're like a mobile home park that is got it's got a really nice pool and stuff. And a lot of people I know live there, and it's nice. But they had, for a long time, a person they have not caught who's been killing dogs. And I had a friend who said somebody dropped a big thing of steak, and in it, cut into it was a poison. She said, like rat poison for animals, like a large amount. And she's like, God, no. Maybe that's what's killing these dogs. And, she was, there'd be like X amount of dogs killed one year from poison, and then nothing for a year or two. And then there'd be more animal killings. Well, ducks, I've eaten ducks. Duck is a delicacy, to have duck. And pate is like made out of, I think, duck. I'm not sure. Yeah. My grandma had frog legs, and she goes, I can't. My grandmother called me up after this. She had to tell me her moment. And I was the closest one to her. So she called me up and said, oh my God, I can't believe it. They made me eat frog legs. I said, if it tastes like chicken, I'd rather have chicken. Oh gosh. Shark's a big thing in over in the Japanese. I think in Japan you can buy shark heads and people cook with them. They make shark stew and soups and stuff. Yeah. No, no, oh no. But they're an amazing animal from the dinosaur period. They have to keep moving. They have jaws that actually out to chomp and go back in. Retractive jaws. I watched a documentary on sharks. So there are some countries, including Thailand, which don't talk much about it, and the Philippines, which has a huge when they have a get together, if they like you, their pet animal that they love so much, they want to cook them for you. My dad had that happen too. He was married to a Filipino, and she never cooked dog, but my dad said in her thing, they were so happy that he had, you know, she had come back, to visit the family over in the Philippines, and they cooked dog. And my dad said, I go, why do you buy so much Roman ramen meal when you leave? He goes, that's what I eat when I go to the Philippines. He goes, they eat some scary shit. I don't know. I mean, if you go in the Philippines, you're going to find some scary shit, is what my dad said. He goes, they got monkey on the stick. How's that one? My dad said, I was getting real hungry and I forgot my ramen meal. And he goes, here it is. He goes, he happens to hit a store that had like ramen meal and you can cook your stuff and you can, like they make fresh ramen meal type thing. My dad's like, he said that when he would go, most people would buy shit. He goes, fuck, I wanted some food. He goes, I lost 20 pounds. Yeah. He said he went to the Philippines and that's what happened. He lost a shitload of weight. They have those too. It's called monkey brains. They make the heads where they boil it and you kind of like open it up like a surprise. Very crunchy. What about pig's feet? We can make that all fun too. We can be redneck tonight. No, I'm not into eating those. That would be my grandparents. My Polish side of the family, I don't know what it is. They ate some nasty shit. Blood soup. My grandma used to talk how, and this is like my grandfather and grandmother. My grandmother's Polish. My grandfather was 100% Swedish. He was tall, blonde, blue-eyed. My great grandmother she was green-eyed, and I had my grandmother, my two uncles. Yeah. Raw mushrooms can make you high. Much. Wow. Well, I had a mushroom vape that I was taking to work. I don't work with the public, or I wouldn't do that, you know. And it just made me focus a lot better. I'm thinking of picking up another one. It just made me more, focused. So yeah. Yeah, my dad, yeah, if you ever go to the Philippines, oh boy, yeah, I was told if you don't have to go, don't go. And I'm going to keep it as that. I rather go to Japan or, Thailand or other places. I mean, Thailand at least, there's actual people from all around the world. They just want to get away from it. But if you fuck things up. Say you go and you get mad at your ex-lover. Say you're a drama queen or king and you go to your ex-lover's house and it's videotaped you walking there, videotaping you taking and breaking the window and getting crazy. And you can go to prison for quite some time. So yeah, you can end up in prison. I had a friend that was who was from Vegas and he was from Thailand, and we all used to talk in this chat, and it was what was it? It was on one of his it was on Facebook, and he was from Las Vegas. He was one of my dad's friends, and he was from Thailand. He moved from Vegas to Thailand, and he used to talk how he talked his ex-wife to move out there because she was always complaining of not having, she had this big beautiful house, but no finances. So now I guess she uses her house as a she didn't sell her house. What she did is she borrowed from the equity enough to buy a house. She has people are run ability to Airbnb it, and they keep up the house. And she visits it once a year. I don't know. My dad did. They think they're getting, this is what they think and this is what they get. Okay. The reality is a lot of men think they're going to get women. Yes, women. They're going to get women who are going to wash their clothes and clean their house and cook their foods and go to bed with them and love them. And a lot of these men don't pour enough into themselves to get any woman interested in them. And some of them are, and it's just they prefer Asians. Some of them, I think, is wanting the yes woman. And my dad had that thing and said, Jesus Christ, they're good for about a couple years, and then it just they want to do their own shit. It's just you cannot change anybody, matter if they're Asian or what. But yeah, that's the reason why they think they're going to get a better deal over the pond because they're paying so much money. It costs, and let me be honest, between 70 to 80,000 dollars. So if you're working at Burger King, you're not going to be able to afford the visas for this person or all that stuff, because once you marry them, you're responsible for the financial aspect of them getting here. Yeah, some. I'm not. Uh, why do you prefer that? I'm American. I'm very quirky. I have grown up. How can I say this? When I was growing up, I had a severe stutter problem, and my dad brought back his friend's daughter who had a boyfriend at UCLA, and she was going to go to UCLA. So my dad's like, "Hey, my daughter's got a stutter problem. Your daughter's studying that. Do you think your daughter can help my daughter?" And they were like, "Ah, wonderful." So my dad paid for her plane ticket because he said, "Hey, I want her to, be able to not have that problem." So I went a whole summer. She did it through the school system where she would go into my class and she would teach. And Before I knew it, the fun thing was I have a very long name, and she decided to make sandpaper, out of my name. That's what we did. So I went home with everyone had small letter names, Jane, that type of name, 4 or 5 letter names. I got a long one. So I'm going, crap. So we put it on my wall, and my dad later on in the year, as time went on, oh, but don't worry, we'll just take the I off, the little dot on the I. Before you knew it, it was just a shirt, and there was just 4 letters left. Well, at least British and Australian women, on the average, I would say, about being fished, and I'm sure you know about that. But yeah, that's cool. I had I guess you would say when I was a kid, my dad, when Uncle Ken met my Aunt Karen, he is British, and a lot of people I hung out were British. So sometimes I do sound British. I have learned how to speak where I don't stutter from a woman who had a thick British accent. I don't know if she ever married the boyfriend. I think that if she did, we would have been to a wedding. So I never got to go to a wedding. But my dad was very happy that I did not stutter. I get very nervous and start stuttering. And, he was like, ooh, this is, and a lot of it they said was a psychological from, what they call, they didn't have a word for it now, but we do, is PTSD. Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh my God. I would go on. I guess you could say, because I'm in Nevada and I'm only like an hour and a half or an hour from the Haunted Museum. My boyfriend lives very close to the Haunted Museum. I can walk. I can park my car by its place and I can walk to the Haunted Museum. So I do support our local, like I say, haunted museum. It's like nice to go, yeah, I got a haunted museum, and I'm sure if you have haunted items that are causing you turmoil, I'm sure you can donate it to Zach Bagan's haunted museum. Every time I go on anything with I guess you would say, if I go on TikTok, or if I go on anything that when somebody who is popular, a superstar, Zach Bagans, or Keanu Reeves. I get a fake Keanu Reeves saying, "Hey, baby," and then it's when you get people pretending to be these people, that just blows my mind. Yeah, romance scams. I remember my dad, he was romance scammed. And this is back when I was living with my dad. And he was talking about this lady, showed me a picture. And I'm like, that picture looks familiar. He goes, why? Ah, you go on it, Vogue? He goes, yeah, I buy them for you. And I go, I opened up that month's thing. I went, boom, that picture came from that. Look. And my dad's like, holy crap, it did. I said, this is a whole portfolio inside Vogue. It was a special thing. I used to get subscriptions. My mail carrier used to get a very good, I guess he would give them like a gift card every year. And it was a whole portfolio on this model. I go, that's why, I said, you can have fun with it or you can report it to the dating site. And he goes, I'm going to report it. He was pissed off. He leaves and takes my Vogue magazine. I didn't get it back. Well, I got it back after he was done with his phone calls. He was like pissed. That's when phishing started happening. They would actually, fishers would go on actual dating sites. And my dad went on an American dating site that was very popular back then. Not so much now. But my dad was really pissed. They were supposed to screen. Their biggest thing was if you find a fake one, you get a free one for life. Well, guess what? He got a free one for life and they treated him horribly. Maybe that's why he went on. They used to have the name for it, but they would have newsletters and stuff. But yeah. I do eat like I can actually say if you took me to an English restaurant, I can actually eat the way the English eat. I was, with the fork on the back and I eat that way. It My friends like look at me. It's how I was taught my proper table manners. If I go to a five-star restaurant, I can know how to eat. I do. It was funny seeing my uncle eating a taco. We were watching him eat a hard taco with, you got it, knife and fork. We were like amazed with this shit. We were all watching. He goes, bloody hell, what you doing here? Looking at me, and I go, man, Uncle Ken is eating with a knife and fork with finger food. He goes, what the fuck is finger food? He never had a taco. And his first taco, he used a knife and fork. It was hilarious. My grandma made her own tacos. We had Taco Tuesday for God years. Taco Tuesdays was known. My dog Booney waited for Taco Tuesday because Grandpa gave him a taco every Tuesday. One taco every Tuesday. That dog loved that taco. I got Scottish in me from my mom's side. And it shows up on my DNA, by the way. I got Scottish. Scottish. I was hoping my son would be a redhead, but he ended up being blonde like me. So, yeah, right? He's just sitting here. My baby's just being so cute. Ooh, I'm going to have to, guys. It's been an hour, and I got to get ready for work. So, I love you guys. And please share the love, light, and laughter and knowledge. Bring up your vibrations, meditate, and keep it real. I don't I have more. No, I'm Scottish. I got Scottish, a lot of Scottish. That's where I get my fiery temper. Mhm. All right. I love you guys. All right. See you tomorrow.